Chevron spent $304,000 opposing Eduardo, and they sponsored a candidate named Al Martinez, I believe. And I remember just, always getting a little confused with the names, and Eduardo stood out, and that didn't work. And it was amazing to get that defeat, because it was a $3 million campaign effort on Chevron's part. And we need that voice. We need the voice of Eduardo. We need the voice of the progressives who understand how important the air is that we breathe, who understand how important it is for us to continue this battle that we're involved in.
One thing that I know about Eduardo for all these years since I first met him is he won't just talk the talk, he will walk the walk. He will show up to the podium and support homeowners. He will go out door knocking to get signatures for rent control, to repeal Costa-Hawkins. He has supported Ban the Box, to allow those who are coming back from reentry a second chance to not be discriminated against as they're trying to get their life together and back on the right track. Where everybody would demonize and make excuses as to why we can't do something, he's always been a person to be like, how can we do this thing? Why can't we do this? Or what can we do to reach a goal that reaches us to get racial and economic justice for all of our community members? In all the politics and posturing and gaslighting that happens in our political systems today, he's somebody that's been there with one priority. And how are we having a healthier community that's environmentally safe? How are our youth being treated to where they can be successful in this community and not be discriminated against? How are we fighting back against racism? How are we keeping people in their homes and making sure they're not being displaced or put into a homeless situation? And he's done that unflinchingly. He's done that with a lot of compassion.
Under my mayorship, we won't just be fighting against things, Chevron, luxury developers, corporate donors. You know where I stand there. And that resistance to big corporate interests will continue. But we'll also be fighting for our vision of Richmond, where our city can show itself to be the economic center and a cultural center we already know that it is. What I want to show is that progressive ideas are compatible with economic success, that progressive ideas encourage safety and growth in our communities. Truly, every single progressive priority offers our city a chance for bold economic development and job creation. In caring for our environment and moving away from fossil fuels, we create clean and green jobs. In reimagining public safety, we address youth unemployment and expand job training opportunities. In improving accessibility, in building actual affordable housing, in taking care of our unhoused neighbors, in creating more green spaces. This is all infrastructure our city needs, and it means jobs our residents want. And we aren't just talking about any old job, but jobs that raise the quality of life for our residents and our workers.
Just as importantly was our fight together to protect the environment and the public. Stop the coal and petcoke that was coming into our city. Declaring a climate emergency, holding Chevron accountable, and protecting our immigrant and community in the rise of racism and violence, hate crimes, and discrimination. Eduardo truly is a man of integrity, as BK mentioned, our illustrious chair of the RPA mentioned that he is a man of integrity, and he never shrinks back. He doesn't shrink to the establishment or the status quo. This brother right here is loyal. He's loyal to our movement for the people. He's loyal for our movement for Black lives and for working and poor people. He doesn't shrink and concede to major polluters like Chevron and greedy developers. I'm always honored to publicly support people who share my values